Mason, what are you doing right now?
What do you mean, what am I doing right now? Of course I'm working. I'm busy right now, so don't ask stupid questions.
I'm sorry about that. Are you busy today too?
Yeah, so I'll be home late today too.
Around what time will you come home?
I think around 9 p.m. or later than that.
What about dinner?
I won't be eating at home because eating out is more delicious.
Is that so? Well, you do eat out a lot lately.
Because your cooking tastes bad. It's better to throw that away. It's like eating garbage.
How could you say such a bad thing? You should at least think about how I feel.
Huh? What's that? You complaining? Emotional people are stupid. All you do is complain. You probably can only talk emotionally. You sound so pathetic.
I can't believe you could say such a thing.
There you go again, you're being emotional again. You should maintain your composure. I have a new project going on right now, so I'm very busy every day. I won't have time to go home.
Project? What kind of project?
I've been entrusted with a huge project. I'm putting my life into this.
Is that so?
That's why I don't have time to deal with your complaints. I'm supporting your livelihood, so at least show your gratitude to me.
What do you mean?
Like doing the household chores and showing your sincerity to me?
I think I'm doing household chores pretty well.
You still have a long way to go, you know. You should clean the house properly every day. Because that's your job. I'm making things easy for you as a housewife. So at least do that properly.
You're not making things easy for me. You only give me $100 per month. It's not even enough for just the food budget.
Well, that's because you're bad at budgeting. A normal housewife will be able to do it better. You're not trying hard enough.
Only $100 for 2 people? It's like a YouTube challenge or something.
Don't be so ridiculous. This is why I don't like talking to women. Because women try to get into emotional arguments. You should think more logically. $100 is possible for 2 people in 1 month. So you should be able to do it too. Understood?
Then let me ask you a question. What is your work?
Huh? What are you saying?
Why did I receive a phone call from your office?
Huh?
You were absent from work without leave, right? Also, I heard that you didn't go to work lately. What's the meaning of this?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
Your coworker told me. What is the meaning of this?
Stop being so emotional. You're being so stupid right now.
That's not the problem. You're not in your office. What in the world are you doing?
I'm working. Didn't I tell you earlier?
You're not in your office. Where are you working then?
It's a different matter from my office.
Different matter? What do you mean?
Now, don't be so emotional. I'm at the race course right now.
What?
Lately, I've been gambling to make money. It seems like I'm getting a little bit of interest now. Today's race was a miss, so I'll go play some slot machines to get my money back.
So does that mean that you've been getting off from work early without permission and going to work late because...
On days when units go in early in the morning and during days when there are races where I really need to go, I prioritize those. That's one of the rules and regulations of a gambler, you know? I'm not an emotional person. That's why I can calmly determine the chances of winning. That's why all those losses we've had all this time are not that much for me, you know? If I think of it as an investment for the future. This amount is not a huge loss for me.
How much did you lose?
That's not important right now, right?
Tell me honestly, how much did you lose?
Until now, it's around $10,000, I think. But it's not as huge as you thought, right?
Are you stupid? It's a very huge amount. You only hand me $100 per month, the amount that you give me for expenses. You lost 10 years worth of that.
Calm down. Those who become emotional.
Are you stupid? You're not even stupid. Only $100 per month for 2 people? That's a very unreasonable amount. I had to use up my savings to do something about our living situation, but you used up everything on slot machines?
It's only slot machines. I also use the money on race courses. Don't misunderstand me.
I don't care which it is. You wanted me to do the chores, so you begged me to be a housewife, but when I become a housewife, you only give me $100 for living expenses every month. How do you expect me to use that amount?
That's because your efforts are...
I already heard you say that earlier. If it's something that can't be solved by effort, I wouldn't be complaining this much. I can't do this anymore. Let's get a divorce.
Huh? That's impossible. Who will be supporting my life without you?
What do you mean?
From now on, I will be living as a spot machine professional. I'm thinking of quitting my job soon. So I think it will be difficult at first. That's why during that time, I will ask you to support me. That's how a wife and husband should be, right?
How could you depend on me as your wife like that? I mean, about the $10,000 that you lost. What did you do about that? With only your salary, you can't afford that much, right?
Don't worry about it. I just borrowed it for a while. If I win today, I can return the money today. No worries at all.
No worries at all. Don't tell me you borrowed money from your work.
Don't worry about it, because I'm doing well.
You used the money from work without asking permission?
I don't say it like that. I just borrowed a bit. I will properly return what I borrowed, so don't worry about it.
How in the world are you going to return it?
I think I'll win today too, so it's fine. If I ever lose... How much savings do you have?
Are you planning to borrow money from me next? How much did you steal from work?
I told you, don't say it like I stole the money. I just borrowed about $10,000. I'm surprised I didn't find out. Well, if I return the money by the end of the month, I'm sure I can handle it.
I will call your workplace about this.
Huh? What are you saying? Are you gonna sell your husband?
What you did is a crime. Your message earlier will be evidence, so...
Don't do something unnecessary! You've gotta be kidding me!
Didn't you say the people who get emotional are stupid? Aren't you being emotional right now?
That's not the problem. Don't do something that will get me in trouble. There's no need for you to tell my boss.
This is a crime, you know. I think you should probably return it right away. By the way, I will file for divorce. I'll be demanding alimony from you.
Alimony? What are you saying I did? I didn't have an affair or anything. And I don't agree with a divorce.
I showed evidence of all the moral harassment that you did to me, and consulted with a lawyer. I didn't know, however, that you were trying to be a gambler, and that you were skipping work. Since you've been coming home late these days, I thought... But I was thinking that I could have gotten more alimony if you were having an affair. But it looks like I can take alimony from you for the moral harassment, so I'll demand alimony from you for that, okay?
Alimony? Is it around $100 or $200?
Of course not, that's way too low.
All I have right now is $50. That too seems to be gone soon, though.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that that's all you have for a 33-year-old office worker.
I would appreciate it if you gave me some instead. Will you please think to rethink the divorce? I wasn't a very bad husband, right? Kelly, let's get along well.
Disgusting. I've been putting up with you for a year now, but it looks like I was just being stubborn. I don't love you at all anymore.
Please don't say that. Let's make up.
You embezzled money from your company and you used that money to gamble. How do you expect me to believe such a gambler?
Anyway, please don't tell my boss about it, because I'll get in huge trouble if you do. If I get back the amount that I lost gambling, I'll go home, so please, let's talk about this face to face. That's okay, right?
Of course not. We have nothing to talk about. Do you really gamble during the day? By the way, I already reported what you did to your boss, so instead of coming home, you should probably go to your workplace and explain things to your boss.
What? Did you really tell my boss about it? I'm screwed.
The police might get involved with that, so you should probably go to your boss before he reports you to the cops.
Why did you do that without telling me first? I'll go home now. I won't forgive you for what you did.
I'm not at home anymore.
What? Did you leave already?
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me!
You always told me that those who become emotional are stupid. I was able to keep my cool and act calmly. Place the divorce registration form on the table. So for the rest, you can contact me through my lawyer. Don't act any dumber than you already did. Then, of course, after the company investigated Mason, he was fired. When Mason's parents heard about what had happened, they returned the money as soon as possible and begged not to make it a criminal case. As for the alimony paid to Kelly, Mason borrowed money from his parents and paid. He couldn't pay rent anymore, so he went back to his parents' home. Not learning from his lesson, he tried to gamble again, but his parents finally had enough of his behavior. So he was sent to work at a faraway fishing village where his relatives are, and rumors say that he's being forced to help with some sort of dangerous fishing activity. I hope that he can pay his debt off as soon as possible.
Ugh. Seriously? Stop calling me all the time, old lady. I don't want to hear your voice, you know. If you need something, can't you just text me? Well then, I'll just ask you here. I thought you finally came back home after so long. Did you help yourself to money from my wallet again? I just took that out to pay this month's expenses, not for you. We can't live without it, you know. What? Don't tell me you have no savings. It's not like that, but... Well then, just take it out again. You're always so stingy, even when your daughter comes home after a long time. Besides, leaving it where it's visible is just asking for trouble. What are you talking about? Taking things without asking is just wrong, isn't it? What you're doing is no different from stealing. Where are you now? Come return it right away. I'm not doing that, obviously. You're acting all high and mighty. I bet most of this money is probably Dad's, right? You barely earn anything yourself, so don't talk about it like it's yours. You're the one acting high and mighty. You don't even know anything, so stop talking like that, please. Ugh, you're so annoying. I'll be fine with just Dad, so why don't you leave us already? I want to, but circumstances are preventing me from doing so. I don't get it. Well, if Dad dumped you, I guess you'd have nowhere else to go. You just want to leech off him, right? Oh well, whatever. Luckily, there's money when I come back after so long. I'm hanging out with friends right now. I'll go shopping with this money and have a nice lunch. Cut it out already. I told you it's not yours. Don't make me repeat myself. It's our money. Give it back now. You're an adult now, so stop this nonsense. Geez, you're so annoying, old lady. And stop acting like a mother to me, okay? I only see you as a leech on Dad anyway. This is his money, so I'll just tell him to give it to me. Stop interfering. If you don't want to hear me nagging, then return it quickly. God, you're so persistent. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna return it because it was given to me, okay? If you didn't want it to be used, then why didn't you just hide it somewhere I couldn't find it? You're way too careless. Talking to you is pointless. You're just like your dad, really. Huh? Did you say something? Anyway, I have no intention of returning it, and I don't want to be bothered anymore while I'm with my friends. Fine. Bye then. Mary took money from my wallet again while I wasn't around.
Oh, she was back? She could have stayed longer.
Huh? Are you listening to me? I'm at my limit.
What? What's up?
I've been saying I want a divorce for a while, right? I've told you multiple times I want you out of this house. Since you won't leave, I'm leaving.
Why are you so worked up all of a sudden?
Gosh, isn't it obvious? Do you realize how many times she has taken money from me? You, as a father, should be scolding her. But you two are doing the same thing. Even though my income should be enough, thanks to you guys, life is hard. I can't take it anymore.
Don't be so upset. It's just something a kid did, right?
A kid? She's already 22, okay? She's almost graduating from college and joining the workforce. It's messed up to just take someone else's money without thinking about it, isn't it? She's just like you know?
Ugh. I get so frustrated talking to you. If you want to leave, then leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you keep nagging and rubbing it in. I'll be relieved if you're gone. At least then, I won't have to hear any more bad things about Mary.
Me too. I've had enough of her snide remarks all this time. It's such a relief to think I won't hear them anymore.
But before you go, give me $40,000.
Huh? What are you, crazy? Why should I give you that much money? You're not going to demand alimony, are you? If anything, it should be you who's paying, right?
No, it's not about alimony. Mary's getting married. She's planning a wedding after she graduates from college.
Okay, and?
She says she needs at least $40,000 for the wedding and honeymoon. I don't have any savings, you know. But as a father, I want to contribute at least that much.
Don't you guys realize you're saying something ridiculous? If she doesn't have money, she shouldn't be having a wedding and just skip the honeymoon. You too, saying you want to contribute as a father when you're broke? Who do you think you are?
I get it. This is the last time. Help me out just this once.
I helped out when it was for tuition, thinking it was the last time. But you never agreed to divorce, let alone showed any gratitude.
Come on, seriously. I did show gratitude. Thank you so much.
It's easy to say it out loud, huh? I can tell from your attitude and actions that you haven't been grateful. So, I'm not paying 40,000.
Come on, what should I do then? I won't sign the divorce papers. Is that what you want?
Obviously not. I can't give you the money, but I can lend it to you.
Really?
But there are conditions. You have to promise to pay it back, and for that, you'll have to sign a loan agreement. If you're okay with that, then I'll lend it to you.
All right, got it. So lend it to me. Oh, and you better come to the wedding.
Why? We're getting divorced.
It'll be weird if there's no mom at the wedding, right? Think of it as your final mom duty and come to the ceremony.
Fine, but this is really the last time. You must know by now, but I can't stand you, old lady. I'm getting married to the love of my life today, and with a growing family, I don't need an old woman like you. Having Dad around is enough for me. I get it, Mary. You hate me. But what exactly are you trying to say? Once the wedding's over, I'm kicking you out of my life. This is a declaration of cutting ties. Cutting ties? Yep. It's weird if you didn't attend my wedding, so I'll let you come. After that, no more contact between us. Thought I'd let you know in advance. Got it. Then I won't bother coming to the wedding today. Were you even listening to me? It's weird not to have you at the wedding, you know? I said I'd let you be a mom until today. First of all, I'm not your mom from the start. I'm not even obliged to attend the wedding. What are you talking about? Stop messing around. You better not be serious about not coming. Well, I'm planning not to. I wouldn't know what to say to my husband and in-laws about that. Just get ready quickly and make sure you come. You can't just bail on your daughter's wedding day. That's ridiculous. I don't have a daughter. That's it. I've been thinking I won't need you after today anyway, so I'm cutting you off right now. Sure, no problem. We weren't even biologically related from the start. What? You're my ex-husband's child from his previous marriage. You're not my daughter. Didn't he tell you? Huh? No, he didn't. And what do you mean by ex-husband? Please don't tell me you guys got divorced already. We filed for divorce 5 months ago. You're kidding, right? Why didn't you tell me? I don't know what your dad's intentions were for not telling you, but you should know it wasn't up to me, right? We barely had any private conversations anyway. So, you're not my mom anymore? Like I said earlier, even before the divorce filing, I was never your mom. Once the divorce is finalized, we're complete strangers on paper too. But, even if we're not blood related, isn't a daughter still something precious? You're hilarious for saying that. I tried my best to think of you as my daughter in the beginning. But even though you were going through teen rebellion, the hurtful words you threw at me over and over again, they cut deep into my heart. Even now that you're mature, you keep telling me not to act like your mom or call me old lady. You have no idea how hard that was for me. I'm separated from your dad now. Just as you don't think of me as your mom, I don't think of you as my daughter either. Or rather, our bond has been severed. Your dad asked me to attend the wedding as the last mom duty. I was planning to come because of that, but I don't see the point now after your declaration. Oh no, I went too far earlier. Come to the wedding, please. I'll come pick you up. It'd be pointless for you to go to the house. I don't live there anymore. I moved out when we got separated 5 months ago. Oh no! So, Dad's living alone there now? Who knows? He might be struggling to pay the mortgage and has put it on the market already. What do you mean he can't pay the mortgage? Is his income that bad? Bad? Try non-existent. He's been unemployed for years. No way, you're kidding, right? I wish I was. Until I left, I was the one paying the mortgage and bills. Even though he didn't earn a single penny, he's reckless with money. And whenever you popped by, you'd help yourself to cash from my wallet. No matter how much I earned, life just kept getting harder. You two are seriously cut from the same cloth. I had no idea! Well, let's just forget about it now. Anyway, I'm not coming to the wedding today. Come on! I'm begging you, please come! Why? You were planning to cut ties with me after today anyway, right? You hate me after all. So what's the deal? Worried the wedding won't look good without a mom there? Well, I'm not interested in being used. It's not like that. You don't have to be so spiteful on your daughter's big day. Don't make me repeat. I do not have a daughter. Oh yeah, since this is a good opportunity, I'll mention it. Make sure you pay back the $40,000 I lent you for the wedding expenses on time. Huh? 40,000? I don't know anything about that. Stop making up things. I have a loan agreement, so don't even try to deny it. You're kidding, right? You didn't forge it, did you? How rude. I'm not you guys, so I wouldn't do such a thing. Your dad was insistent on borrowing the money. I lent it under your name. My name? I had no clue about any of this. But your signature's there. I'm serious. He did it without telling me. It's definitely yours, though. Not knowing won't cut it when there's your signature on the document. Don't you seriously remember signing it? Come to think of it, he told me to sign some documents for the wedding or something like that. But I had no idea it was to borrow $40,000 from you. You should have double-checked before signing. It's a good lesson learned. He shouldn't be tricking you like that, though. Either way, it's a fact that I lent $40,000, so you better pay it back. Since the deadline is approaching, I'm glad I brought it up today. What are you saying? There's no way I can repay that. Besides, my husband and his parents covered the wedding expenses. I never received any money from Dad. He claimed he was covering the costs of your wedding and honeymoon. Such a terrible father, tricking his own daughter out of money. Well, I don't care how it was used. Since you borrowed it, you better pay it back. Hold on, Mom! Huh? I'm telling you, I'm not your mom. Besides, you never called me Mom before. So what's with the sudden change of heart? Trying to suck up to me now won't make your debt disappear. We've been living as a family all this time, and you don't have an ounce of compassion for Dad and me? None whatsoever. Especially after you grew up. Life was hell every day. I regret not leaving sooner. He quit his job and lounged around the house all day. He didn't even help with chores and spent money like water. On top of that, his daughter was always sarcastic. And every time she came back, money went missing. Do you think I'd have any compassion for you two after all that? But it's my wedding day, you know. Don't you think it's awful to ask me to return 40,000 at this time? I wasn't planning on bringing this up today, but you declared we're cutting ties. So I thought I'd let you know before that happens. You definitely gave Dad $40,000, right? That's right. I transferred it into his account. I can even show you the transaction details if you want. So where's that money now? I'm pretty sure your beloved dad has it. You adore him, but he's not the person you thought he was. Too bad. Help me, Mom! I can't afford to pay such a huge sum. What should I do? I've said it before, but we're strangers now. Rely on your favorite dad or your husband. Why don't you think for yourself for once? I'm not coming, but enjoy your wedding. Wait, Mom! Please, come to the wedding! Mom? Mom, listen to me, please! You again? Stop contacting me over and over. Did the reception just finish? You shouldn't have time to text me. Well, the thing is, the wedding got called off halfway through. Oh? What happened? I suppose asking him why he kept a secret about us and where the money he borrowed from you went might have upset him. He got wasted and started acting out. He used to be an alcoholic, you know. What? When? After quitting his job, he had nothing to do, so he started drinking all the time, even though he had no money. He ended up addicted. Without booze, he'd get all irritable and restless. It was a nightmare. Oh no! Your husband's family must be livid that the reception got called off midway. Totally! Not only that, but the whole marriage is likely off the table now. What should I do? Mom, can't you do something? Talk to them for me. I'm not your mom, so I can't help you. Besides, why are you contacting me now? Your dad was your only parent all this time. You never relied on me once. And now, you're only reaching out when you need something? When you were about to enter college, I was already talking about divorcing him. He asked me to wait until you graduated. He said he couldn't afford to pay for your expenses, so he begged me to pay instead. I covered everything related to you. And what did I get in return? Just insults and complaints. I've had enough. I've done everything I can. You're a working adult now, and I won't be lending a hand anymore. I didn't know about any of that. If this marriage falls through, I'll have nowhere to go. Oh, right. Let me stay at your place. Absolutely not. How many times do I have to say it? We are strangers. I'm busy with some work. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I'm blocking you. Just wait. Listen. Bye. Take care. I blocked Mary right away. From what I've heard through the grapevine, her intuition was spot on about her marriage. It ended up falling through. She wanted to reach out to me, but she was blocked and didn't know where I lived. She could do nothing but lament. When she went to see her dad, he had already sold the house, and no one knew where he had gone since the wedding day. All that's left now is a massive pile of debt and unpaid loans. It's going to be tough from here on out, but honestly, it's a consequence of her own actions. I hope she takes this as a learning experience and becomes someone who can consider other people's feelings.